Hi there, Cancer. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love and light to you here. Ooh, the Six of Cups, right at the apex of your spread. You're up and out. You're ready. Let's get on with it for you. Cancer, I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, and I was getting for you this feeling. I was hearing, how do I write the letter without writing it? It's like, I'm seeing you wanting to, let's say, maybe present something to someone, wanting to participate in something, wanting to, let's say, partner up on something, and absolutely got the Six of Cups at the apex of your reading. There could be a focus on something that, as you may feel it, holds potential for you. But the question may be, in your eyes, what exactly is the point that you'd like to make when you're presenting this perspective? And it may be related to matters of partnership. Absolutely. The Two of Cups, the Mother of Pentacles. It can be related to what you find to be somewhat of a standard as well in forming a certain storyline around this experience. And it's like, how do I really see things going? I'm hearing into the future with this. How do I really see things standing as well on their own 2 feet, take it as you will, perhaps in a material, physical, financial way, in a professional way? How is it that we're going to be supporting this experience physically, yet again? And it can be related to matters of manifestation, specifically related though to, again, the physical side to what you're creating. And it can be a collaboration here as well. It's like, well, if we're going to be marrying each other, I'm here specifically, you've got the Justice card as well coming through. The Lovers, the Three of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Chariot. If we're going to be, let's say, marrying each other, how is it that we're going to be managing? I'm hearing the merging of our assets, take it as you will. How is it that we're going to be actually working through that process in terms of the home that we're going to be keeping together? How is it that the physical side to this perspective that we hold of the partnership is going to be prioritized? And you have the Father of Pentacles come in right up and out. You're getting really serious about this concept of I'm hearing productivity, I'm hearing providing as well. And Cancer, right? If you got a lot of Cancer in your chart, there could be absolutely this propensity to want to feel that there is also a feeling of purpose, let's say, I'm hearing specifically in carrying something out over time and sort of nurturing it and providing for it in a certain way. Take it as you want. Becca to mention that. Always matter of perspective, always so many factors going to be at play. But you lead out here with the Chariot. I'm hearing, who am I? Who am I? The Chariot in reverse. The High Priestess upright. I'm seeing you having somewhat of I'm hearing a guard, a shield here in terms of what you would like to present yet again. And I'm seeing you like not wanting to sign your name at the end of the letter that you write. It's like, I don't want to necessarily line, I'm hearing the letter with any kind of I'm hearing add-on here as well. It's like, I don't want to, it's like, I'm seeing you being, it's like, I don't want necessarily for the way that I also communicate about what I'm feeling to speak for me. And I'm seeing it as you wanting to determine what you really are seeing yourself as providing and what it is you really see yourself as provoking as a vision. And you're wanting, Cancer, to be kind of careful. I'm thinking about the steps that you would like to take. There could be a focus on analytics and strategy work as well. The Ace of Swords perpendicular to the Ten of Swords, leading up into the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, let us get a few more cards out here for you. And there could be a focus around the concept of children. Take it as you will as well. It's like I'm hearing, who am I? The mom or the dad? I'm hearing specifically for a number of you. What do I want to kind of be supporting? I'm hearing the vision of. I'm hearing the variables too as well. What is it that I feel is also related to this project? And it can be related, Cancer, to what you carry out over time. You could be feeling that there's somewhat of a cycle as well to the work that you're alluding to, perhaps in making a certain message known. And if you're writing a letter, a message, I'm getting that you are realizing that it can eventually also be taken out of context. And it's like, it's like, yet again, it's like, do I want to put my name at the end of that listserv? I'm hearing as well. Take it as you will. Okay. For a number of you, this may be political as well. And it's like, wow, who do I want to be associating with here? Okay. I'm hearing start your engines because sorry about the Cancer via the phone cut there. Okay, I'm hearing again because we're not going to be just starting anywhere. Okay, we're gonna be starting this change from the ground up. I'm hearing specifically for a number of you, and a focus perhaps on longevity. It's like, let's really get ready. Okay, let's start getting really ready perceptively and aware of what it means to move in this direction. And if you're thinking about children, for a number of you, I'm seeing that you're not just kind of like parenting as a concept, but you're like really wanting to I'm hearing play parental control with how you perceive even the role of a parent. Take it as you will to be. I'm seeing that you're getting very serious about that, Cancer. It's like, I don't want to just color in the lines of the coloring book. I want to know, I'm hearing exactly what I believe in as a parent as well before I practice that as a concept. I'm hearing it again for a number of you. And I'm hearing, I'm hearing imagine, I'm hearing visualize the emotion also that I want to keep as the support system for this change. And I'm seeing that for you, this is an energetic, I'm hearing spiritual, emotional experience that you want to connect with very deeply. And it's, yet again, it's not something that you're like, I'm hearing, how do you like chime in on this? I'm hearing physically, financially, to the point where, or how is it that you, I'm hearing connect the dots in the doctor's room to make something like this financially feasible, I'm hearing as well. But how is it that we are implementing the visionary component that is the very seed of the stage that we're moving into? And the feeling that I'm getting is that you realize there's so much potential for what you create, perceptively first. And I'm seeing that you realize that it's a matter of how you see the process of creation and birth in and of itself as being one of fertility, of the imagination, of also passion, and how you see the stage itself that you're moving into. And that being somewhat reflective for you, Cancer, of how you are, I'm hearing, getting prepared for it and to take it on. And it's like, I'm hearing, how do I sit in the seat myself? I'm seeing you like sitting, like getting a baby seat for the car, and you're like sitting in it, and you're like, how do I feel in this? I'm hearing honey. And it's like, I'm seeing you like testing out I'm hearing the timing as well of how you talk about these concepts. And it can be something that it could be happening on a personal level. How do I feel about even the concept of the change that I'm thinking of making or taking on? And it can be a new way of carrying your work out as well in a public way. Absolutely. You may be really thinking about changing your own kind of dynamic and the way that you take a show on as well, showtime appearance. I'm getting though that there's a focus on complementary skills that for you is an absolute. It's like, I realize at the end of the day, it's a matter of what is creation? Is it, I'm hearing you, me, and I, whatever that means for a number of you. Is it how we see eye to eye? I'm hearing how it is that we see our emotions. I'm hearing through the seeing glass together. And there could be a focus on how you connect with what you create as a medium, right? Like, it's like, if I'm painting, how am I connecting with the paint itself before I go and I paint what it is that I want to paint? And I'm seeing there being a focus here on the third eye chakra area of the strength card, right? Of the lion on the strength card, rather, the figure 8 that we see. There's a focus on where you're coming from when you're creating what it is that you are, Cancer. I'm hearing Leo strongly. Who shows up as well, maybe a focus. And you're not getting, I'm hearing overly emotional about that. I'm seeing you yet again wanting to work with the putty in your hand before you put it on the paper to be kind of prioritized as a professional side of the venture, where it's like, let's not focus about, let's say, focus on what is going to make money as well for the I'm hearing future. Take it as well. I'm seeing it as something that you kind of want to work on first as a vision, as a visionary component, even if it is there's a physical side to it. For example, it's like, okay, yet again, I'm seeing like this car seat as being somewhat of a focus. It's like, okay, we're gonna need a car seat. Okay, yeah, okay, we're gonna need to pay for it. We understand that, but what exactly is, I'm hearing the formal, the future of that asset? What exactly is it that we would like to find in ourselves, in seeking out, working with that potential. I'm hearing project for a number of you, also that potential place. I'm hearing in time, and I'm seeing it as like you really considering the purpose and the place that you are involving yourself in this grander change through over time. And I'm seeing you as wanting to get clarity here, Cancer. Big time, the Father of Swords coming through, the Sun coming through at the apex of your spread. The Sun has been here, right? The Four of Pentacles right at the base of the Sun, Three of Wands, and the Three of Swords, right? The Father of Pentacles in reverse. There could be a focus on who has what philosophy about how things eventually stand up over time. And it's like, no, I feel like that chair is going to really be sturdy. I'm hearing, and I'm seeing someone else being like, look, I'm hearing that's wood and it's going to eventually erode. I want it to be made of steel, like that kind of feeling. And it can be so simple as someone having a certain baby carriage in mind. It's like, I want to know that the color on the I'm hearing wheels and the trainer is not gonna like come off like easily, whatever that means for a number of you. And again, I'm seeing you as thinking, let's say, considering certain values. I'm hearing principles as well. I'm hearing project timelines, considering different directions that you can invest of your time and your energy in. But at the end of the day, really placing a premium on what will solve the ultimate storyline. I'm hearing solution, and it's not held, I'm hearing, in a physical space as you may perceive it in a certain way purely. I'm seeing that there is a dynamism to what holds a space for you of importance. I'm hearing of value, and it's like at the end of the day, yet again, it's not necessarily a matter of how pretty something looks. I'm hearing that as well for a number of you. It's not a matter of how nice I'm hearing the pottery looks. I'm hearing pottery barn. It's like, what is the philosophy of why we are paying what we're paying for what we would eventually like to project our assets through? And I'm hearing an as and with, and the feeling is that you, Cancer, may realize that philosophy is the underpinning of what it is that you stage, of what it is that you begin, of what it is that you create, and anything that you invest in holds a philosophy to it. It's like when we pay for that, I'm hearing that house, take it as you will, when we move in that direction, you may absolutely be moving, for a number of you, moving houses, moving homes, whatever that may be for you, houses and homes, we're moving maybe multiple locations. Moving also, again, certain, what it is that you may be renovating, I'm hearing as well. It's like, it's not a matter of, I'm hearing also what we put into it. It's a matter of how we perceive why we put what we put into it at the time that we did. And the focus is, and I'm seeing it is related to a future focus of, I'm hearing fortune telling, and I'm seeing that this is related to assets for a number of you. This is related to inventions as well for a number of you, related to the growth of an industry over time, also related to investment. And you want to make sure that what you're doing makes sense in a certain way. It's like, I don't want to feel like a whack job. I'm hearing specifically, whatever that may mean. I don't want to feel like I'm Waldo and I don't know where I am. It's like, I need to know. I'm hearing where I'm hiding in my own little world of the imagination, whatever that may mean for you. But at the same time, I don't want it to feel like I am working within that world in a way that is just working, right? It's like, I want to feel that I'm really making the choices that I'm making in a way that reflects why I made them in a philosophical way. And I'm seeing you as wanting, like, I'm seeing it almost as like, I'm designing my future home. I'm designing the bathroom, I'm hearing, in the bedroom. I'm hearing it's going to be made of marble. And why is it that I want to mark it? I'm hearing that kind of motive. I'm hearing motivation. I'm hearing motivational speaking here for a number of you. It's like, if you're planning a certain event as well, how is it that I'm preparing for it can be a focus. Okay, let us get a few more cards out here for you, Cancer. I'm hearing Pisces, I'm hearing please, I'm hearing please, I'm hearing prepare. I'm hearing this for a number of you. Okay, take it as you will. Dear Cancer. I'm hearing that song. Cantare. Whoa. Need to. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Who's that by? If anybody knows, please feel free to comment. The Magician at the apex of your spread. Father of Wands in reverse. Son of Wands in reverse. The Son of Pentacles upright. You're getting ready to make a major investment. I'm hearing for a number of you, a major move. You may be thinking about how you want to be representing your work. This may be really different from the way that you've done it in the past, the way that you've perhaps carried certain things out from the past in a professional way. Projects, I'm hearing specifically timelines as well. Like when I used to work according to time. And now I'm going to be time traveling. And that means that the paradigm of my work is going to be changing. Also in a physical way, where I carry my work out from and how it is that I find a sense of clarity with what I'm making decisions on. It can be somewhat, I'm hearing strange, I'm hearing changing, I'm hearing as well, and that is somewhat dynamic for me as a role to play in that period of practice, and it can be like interpretive, explorative. It's like I'm gonna just kind of like explore working in this way and kind of see what I'm I'm hearing really inspired by, and to perhaps share with others as well. And I'm seeing for you, Cancer, that you don't really want to walk in any particular direction quite yet, perhaps strategically, legally. I'm seeing that you're kind of busy working outside of the box that has been set as a standard in the past. In whatever way that may be meant for you, take it as you will, always a matter of perception. And it can be speaking to another individual, it can be speaking to a certain industry of perception as well, specifically. There is perhaps a dynamic that you realize is somewhat dissipating from the past, where it's like I'm seeing you kind of wanting to make major moves in the way that you physically move through a certain space. I'm hearing as well, and it's like that's not. I'm hearing the kind of shower curtain that I want to be showing my kids. It's like I need to kind of start cleaning up my workspace. I'm hearing as well. That's something that I want to be watering the plants with. That's something that I want to also wash ashore when I'm ready to. When I'm ready to make the waterworks a blowout show. I'm hearing performance, and I'm seeing you like being so focused. I'm hearing so descript about, and also perhaps analytical. I'm hearing though in a way of being very directive with the way that you find clarity amidst the challenges of finding your place in the performance. I'm hearing, who am I? What is it that I want to be showing people? What is it that I want to be showcasing? What is it that I consider to be a talent that I would like to talk about? I'm hearing in a professional way. What is it that I really feel? And I'm seeing you taking time to really kind of feel comfortable in this space, to really start talking through the lens of this character as well that you are considering taking on. I'm seeing it as being, yet again, one that is really dynamic. I'm hearing really, I'm hearing fatherly. I'm hearing stop-go nature as well. Whatever that may mean for you. I'm hearing the Chariot here again coming through in reverse, mirroring the Emperor in reverse. There's a focus on what we hold value for. I'm hearing passion for what it is that we hold as a priority as well. It's like, what's our philosophy? I'm hearing a partnership. What does it mean to be collaborative as well in a certain space? What does it mean to want to practice the craft in a way that is eventually to be pronounced, I'm hearing publicly? It's like, who's going to be listening? Who's going to be watching? How am I going to be wearing my hair on that day? I'm hearing specifically for a number of you. How is it that I'm going to be making certain heads turn as well? And what is it that I realize I would like to connect with? I'm hearing emotionally in that space at that moment. And I'm seeing you as being really aware of what you are feeling. Cancer, I'm hearing Leo, Libra. about where it is that you're taking your work, about where it is that you're working out from. And I'm seeing it as being related to a physical space. For a number of you, you may be really focused on what the physical home environment looks like, feels like, as it relates to a sense of productivity. I'm hearing drawn to scale. And it's like, okay, I'm hearing, how do I make my plans actually pop? I'm hearing perform as well. And again, it's like, does the stage suit me? Do I feel like the suit fits me? Do I need to kind of have a different kind of meal plan before I go and I start the gig? Take it as you will. It's like, I'm seeing there being such a focus on the strategy, the strategic space. Cancer, I'm hearing Leo, Libra again here for you with the Daughter of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune that you lead out of this period with. I'm seeing that there's someone who really wants to have a home with you, and they're somewhat, let's say, reluctant to show you any particular image of what that space would look like, because they're not sold on how it would exactly physically I'm hearing Walter. I'm hearing again Walter with the Strength card and the Daughter of Wands, like actually waltz out on stage as. It's like, how would it actually be perceived or personified in a fantastical way? Take it as whatever that may mean. Remember, always a matter of perception. Take it as you will. But I'm seeing it as there being somewhat of a focus on like strategy. I'm seeing, if you're dealing with a Leo and you're wondering how are they feeling about this, they might be wondering what exactly. It's like, can we walk on that bridge? I'm hearing, if we make it out of wooden chips. It's like that kind of feeling. It's like they may be wondering about, let's say, even the I'm hearing the path. I'm hearing drawn to scale. What may actually be financially feasible through time? What may actually be practical or carried out through time? But I'm getting that they also have a focus that is somewhat. Has somewhat of a it's like they have a very clear vision, and they're somewhat, I'm hearing, focused on it, and they don't necessarily, they may be involved in a number of projects already, and they may not have any actual space, I'm hearing, to have further, I'm hearing, hope in. Take it as you will. It's like they may have exhausted certain expansive solutions in their mind, whatever that may mean for a number of you, okay? The focus is here, rather, Cancer, that there's someone perhaps who wants to, again, I'm hearing, have a home with you, someone who wants to have also a certain hand that they offer you. They may want to actually help. They may want to they're right over here, the Hierophant, who's barking down at the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and then Nine of Wands upright. It's like, I'm hearing, I'm a believer, yeah. But it's like they're wondering what actually is being broadcasted. They may be related to an agency. Okay. This individual may actually be related to a certain organization that they are keeping time with already. And it's like, I'm seeing them as somewhat being in a contract that is binding them, or a certain workflow that they've already found a rhythm with. And it's like, they may not be able to freelance on the side legally. Okay. Just not going to mention that. They may actually also be married. They may have, I'm hearing, a lover on the list. Take it as you will already, whatever that means for you. Take it as you will. Always a matter of personal interpretation. Maybe your own energy, Cancer, right? Always a matter of how you are finding, I'm hearing, the home space here. For the winds that turn the dial of change to be spoken of. And I'm seeing that there's a conversation, there's a space, there's a project, there's a place, there's a time that you want to speak about very clearly, and that someone else also is kind of like wanting to speak about. But I'm seeing it as like someone not being entirely sure of how they can be involved. Also having somewhat of I'm hearing, incorrect temperature taken when they are talking to you about it. Take it as you will. And it's like this feeling of there being perhaps somewhat of a timeline that they're already working to, where it's like, I already have, I'm hearing, a home. I'm hearing I can't really have another home, whatever that means. It's like I perhaps have already invested in a similar space, and if it's investment, it's almost like a conflict of interest is kind of what I'm feeling. This individual may already be invested in a similar space, and it's not, let's say that they're not interested, but they're perhaps wondering where they can actually take things to in the long term, but they're interested in perhaps mentoring you in some kind of way, or managing certain moves that are made, but I'm not seeing it as being in a public way. It's like they may not want to be associated with this process, but they may, it's almost like, I'll take your picture for you and you can put it on your poster board, whatever that may mean. It's like, I'll be a reference perhaps for you. And I always take it as you will. Yet again, Cancer, it can be taken, perceived, and interpreted in a number of ways, but I'm seeing it perhaps as a specific message for a number of you where someone may, maybe somewhat, I'm hearing Jocelyn, whatever that may mean for a number of you. I'm seeing it as like someone who may be a joker as well. Someone who it's like they've got the jam, but they don't have the bread to spread it on. It's like that kind of feeling. It's like, I'm hearing kind of janky. I'm hearing specifically. It's like someone shows up and they bring you the jam, I'm hearing again, but they don't bring you the bread to serve it to you on. And it's like, I'm sorry, I can't actually give you the bread because I'm still baking it over here at this cafe. Again, it's like that. It's like something that's kind of, it's a matter of sourcing, okay? Now, let us pull the cards here for you, Cancer, and see what comes through. Pull a few more cards and see what comes through. I'm hearing, Papa, don't preach, da-na-na-na-na-na, Papa, don't preach, da-na-na-na-na-na, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Eight of Wands and the Devil and the Mother of Wands. Mother of Wands and Mother of Wands. The Daughter of Wands. She's acting awfully mature. Okay, she's got a few high heels on. In the boardroom, I'm hearing as well. She may be an entrepreneur here, a very young one, take it as you will. Someone who's really, really careful also about the conversations that they hold with others. They may be really, really particular about how much time they take to make decisions as well. And as it pertains to matters that are professional, that are physically focused, and they may not be really accessible. It's almost like I'm getting this feeling of like an individual who has like 8 personal assistants, and it's like I have to like take tarot cards on how to talk to them. I'm hearing specifically for a number of you. I need to know who's going to be in town on that day in order to catch them when I'm catching the train. It's like I need to know how they also are talking about me in a certain industry. I'm hearing that for a number of you in order to know what time of the day is best to catch them at. Take it as you will. It's like, it's almost this feeling of like there being somewhat of a cycle of communication that you would like to clarify here. And it's like, let's start really, I'm hearing finding time to gauge the temperature. I'm hearing the tracks as well. Like I'm seeing it as like, let's see how hot the tracks are while the train is moving along it. It's this feeling of like almost detective work as well, wanting to kind of, not in a way that is like, let me see, I'm hearing what you've got under your coat tail. It's like, no, it's like let's see what we're actually looking at this project line with, and what exactly is it that is actually being promised as an asset. I'm hearing also as a possibility down the line. I'm seeing you wanting to be clear about what you're even opening up as a possibility, what it is that you are deciding on, just desiring to discuss. There's the Mother of Pentacles coming through right over the 8 of Pentacles. You may be wanting to operate in a certain environment that really is complementary to a certain experience that has been somewhat, let's say, cyclical, somewhat energetic, emotionally based. It may be related to an individual with a lot of water in their chart. Pisces, absolutely, maybe dealing with a Pisces, a High Priestess, and the Hangman reverse. Daughter of Swords in reverse, right under the Hangman, right under the High Priestess upright. The 10 of Pentacles right over the Daughter of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles and the High Priestess. Someone is like so, someone here is really, really, super, super, super creative, crafty with the way that they make money. I'm hearing specifically. It's like the feeling I'm getting is that they may be making money from so many different sources. It's like, how do they have their hand in so many different pots at the same time while still swirling their own wand in another pot, like making more magic? I'm hearing over there, over yonder. And it's like, how do they even like speak so many languages? I'm hearing as well for a number of reasons. They may be a hyper linguist, take it as you will. I'm hearing hyperlingual, very interesting, where they're like, they have a way of communicating that is so like, they have so many ranges that they can speak to, so dynamic, so many ranges that they can speak to that are considered to be dynamic, okay? And I'm seeing though as well that there is a focus on how you're perceiving the potential of all of this down the line, and maybe your own energy as well, how it is that I'm, let's say, engaging in certain processes that are somewhat different one from the next, but that eventually have some kind of story that they're going to be telling. And there could be a focus, and they may be gauging with they're incredibly curious, incredibly spread out as well. It can be, again, your own energy, but they're really thinking about where they want to, I'm hearing hedge fund, where does it they would like to also, they may be researching as well, analyzing heavily, investigating as well, what holds most potential for them. In the meantime, they're kind of, I'm hearing, wiggling their toes in the sand and kind of feeling out which beach they want to be, I'm hearing, broadcasting their babies off of. Take it as you will. It could be related to investment as well as certain, I'm hearing like birth spot, birthmark as well. It's like, where do I want to have my baby? I'm sort of feeling. Okay, nonetheless, we'll pull a few more cards here for you kids. Actually, you know what? Let's keep the cards here, and I'm going to spread them. Cancer, I'm hearing again, Papa don't preach, da-na-na-na-na-na, the Chariot and the Daughter of Wands. You may be dealing with someone who's got a lot of fire in their chart. This may absolutely, I'm getting this is your own energy for a number of you. There's a focus on where you want to be making changes clear from. And I'm seeing you thinking, well, okay, if I'm going to be making a certain assertion of passion, even, I need to know where I'm going to be moving when I'm making that change. I want to know if I'm going to be making a move, where am I going to be moving to, and what kind of hat am I going to be throwing off of my head when I'm moving there? What is it that I want to feel is going to really reflect, I'm hearing, properly the vision of the path that I am seeking out as I pursue it. And the feeling is that this is, again, dynamic. This is something that is not necessarily just, I'm hearing, a hopscotch and I'm hearing a fizzle away. It's like, I want to know that what I'm working with is actually going to satisfy me down the line. And that's a dynamic tango, Cancer, that you in a certain way want to work on really perfecting. And if it's related to a proposal, if it's related to partnerships, you want to kind of get the rhythm down here as I'm getting it. Thank you so much for tuning in, Cancer. And there may be a proposal absolutely involved. We've got the Two of Cups in reverse, motioning down to the Hierophant in reverse, the Eight of Cups in reverse, and the Ace of Wands in reverse. There could be a focus on what you would like to revitalize, what it is that you would like to replenish, reconnect with, the vision of. And it's like this sort of feeling of, oh, okay, I've tried, let's say, to tell you I'm sorry. It's like, you're breaking your heart. It's like, okay, I've tried, let's say, to even, let's say, to talk about this turn that I want to take on, but how is it that I'm actually going to be turning the wheel as I talk about it this time? Okay, thank you so much again for tuning in, Cancer. Always take it easy, will always heed your personal intuition, and I'm so grateful for all of your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscriptions. Thank you all so much for connecting. I read all of your comments. Thank you for connecting, and I highly recommend check out as well your rising sign or moon sign, as you may find there's further insights there for you into your situation. You may find that you resonate a whole lot with your moon sign, right? The moon sign is this sort of inner dimension where the sun is the sort of outer form of self-expression in an extroverted way, and of course so many factors can be at play in the birth chart. The moon sign is the sort of inner dimension, so take it as you will, Cancer, however it is that you feel guided to watch. If, again, you may find that you resonate a whole lot with your moon sign. If you don't know your sign, go to calculate them, you can do so by clicking the link in the bio description box below. Click through there and it will route you to enter your birth information and compute your signs that way. If you're watching specifically for matters related to love, art, partnership, harmony, beauty, then you may want to check out your Venus sign. All right, and you can calculate that as well via the link in the bio description box below. Thank you so much again, dear Cancer. Love and light to you all here. Thank you for your energetic support above and beyond all. Thank you all so much for connecting, for your support yet again. Thank you, Cancer. Again, energetically above and beyond all. Have a beautiful full moon in Taurus, and I'll see you soon. Bye, Cancer.